The Social Security Administration has enhanced its security process. The tighter controls went into place April 14th. So if you're not up to speed on this, well, Fox 5 team's Dana Fowle is joining us now with what we can expect. Dana.
A lot of moving parts here. The Social Security Administration has been clear in the last few weeks it will increase its security process. But something that had been part of the plan caused such a nationwide stir, it's been dumped already in some cases, but not all. So we're going to help you clear it up. The administration has said it would go further to verify a person's identity. Most people use the online portal My Social Security, so no problem there. But with any online system, that can get hinky. And if that isn't working for you, then you have to pick up the phone. Well, the new measure was going to say no more phones, no more phone calls allowed. You'd have to go there in person. Well, those offices can be pretty far away in some communities and sometimes not open all the time in others, and some people can't leave their homes for a whole variety of reasons, so there was an outcry. Phone calls are back, and in many cases, but not all of them. If you can't use, for whatever reason, My Social Security account, you're going to have to go to the Social Security office in person if, there's a couple of things here, if your benefits are for retirement, a survivor's benefit, or an auxiliary benefit. Auxiliary means a spouse or a child. So what's left where you don't have to go in person? Disability, supplemental, and Medicare.
Okay, but the worry still for many is that offices are shutting down, staff is being cut.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that folds into this and is so problematic. With these in-person appointments, the Social Security Administration staffing is already at a 50-year low, and we have way more people in that system working than we did 50 years ago, and we have more complicated systems, but still more cuts are coming. And again, we have 50% low, more cuts are coming, so we're going to see how this pans out.
But these new measures, though, they're actually designed to cut back on fraud, right?
Yes, and that can save money, obviously, but fraud is not the biggest problem at the Social Security Administration. People get this confused. It's an easier one to fix, though, and so fix what you can, right? The bigger issue is waste, and it's not from people stealing. That's not it. Waste and fraud are not the same. An example of the real waste that's causing sort of heartburn are internal issues. Like, I'm sending payments out to somebody who has died already because the filing in-house hasn't caught up to the paperwork that was legitimately sent in. It's not from theft, but a delayed system. The administration is pretty good, though, at getting that back after it goes out. But when you cut back on staff, will this make it worse or not? We don't know that. Lastly, the biggest issue really is more people are drawing on Social Security than are contributing now. So that is a gap that somebody else is going to have to fix.
That's right. Interesting. And this is one of those things, Dana, folks have a lot of questions. So any of this help in this area is appreciated.
Right. I mean, because, you know, these rules have been changing and going back and forth, and they're listening to you at least. So that's good. So if you don't like how these cuts are going, use your voice and maybe they'll modify.
Here we go. Happy Friday.
You too.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Well, Americans are anxious right now. They're worried about the economy and job security. It's according to a Federal Reserve survey. Fox 5 team's Dana Fowle is reporting this nagging worry is at the same level that we saw in the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic. So, Dana, good morning. I know you kept us up to date then and still are.
Yeah, because consumer expectations and how they're feeling about things is a really good sort of look at what's happening, what may be ahead. The Federal Reserve out of New York reports in its latest consumer expectation survey that a whopping 44% of Americans believe unemployment is going up and will remain even higher if you go down the road a year. Here it is by the numbers. This March picture of consumer expectations bounces off of a belief that earnings will be lower, and that is a 2.8% confidence dip. And if folks get laid off, more than 51% are not optimistic about finding new work. Stressing about this will take its toll, so here are 4 things you can do to offset some of this worry. Get off your device. Put it down. Science shows if you put your phone in monochrome grayscale, get rid of the color, your brain finds looking at it a whole lot less appealing. And you need to get moving. You got to exercise daily. Put that on the calendar. That may be a workout for some people, or this could simply mean a walk with the dog or with the family. Breathing in the great outdoors really can simmer down the brain. Eat well. This is when we kind of want to have some junk food. Don't do it. 3 healthy meals, and that also means plenty of water. And maybe the most important one here is sleep. 7 to 9 hours a night is recommended. this puts you in a better position to curb spending, to focus on your job search, maybe go back to school. You will be in a better frame of mind.
So there's so many things we can't control in this,
right,
that let's focus on what we can control, right?
That's absolutely right. I mean, imagine this. You're job hunting, and we all know people doing that right now. You're tired, you're hungry, you're doom scrolling. It's only going to add to that underlying anxiety. These 4 healthy habits, things that won't completely remove the stress. That's not going to happen, but it will ease the burden so you can think more clearly.
Yeah.
Sleep is huge. I mean, sleep deprivation is what they use for torture. And there's a reason for that. You can't function, and it increases anxiety.
So I'm glad you said that. Put down the phone, stop doom scrolling, and get to sleep.
Right.
Get to
And
sleep.
I know for me, like, I can have these ideas in my head, but I am still a pencil and paper gal, and I have to put it in a physical calendar where I open and I write it. And if I make lists, I can keep to it. But if I've got like 15 things in my head moving around, then I start to get overwhelmed. So put it in paper, write it down. 9 o'clock every day, I take a walk. Then I come back, I have coffee, and I job hunt, and I eat a good breakfast. I have some yogurt, something to get me going for the day.
Good advice for us this morning. Dana, thank you. We appreciate it. Well, raising kids is expensive, right? Parents joke about it, but it's more and more of a reality today. The cost of raising children has spiked. Fox 5 team's Dana Fowle has the numbers for us. Dana.
You don't have to be a finance expert to feel that feeling in your gut, it takes a lot to raise children, and it takes quite a bite out of budgets. But how big that bite is went from maybe a nibble to a mouthful. So let's run the numbers. Lending Tree surveyed parents and found that since it looked last, this was 2023, not that long ago, the yearly cost for raising children went up nearly 36%. It's now more than $29,000 a year for one kid. 2 years ago, it was more than $21,000 a year. Over 18 years, it does drop a little bit. It looks like this. The jump over the long haul is 25.3%. Out of the wallet, that means more than $297,000, up from $237,000. Here's what it looks like in other states. It costs more than $300,000 over an 18-year span to raise a child in Hawaii. That one I get. North Dakota, Elise and I are confused by that one. Washington State and Maryland as well. In Georgia, it's a good time to be at the bottom, and we are near the bottom at 48, and that is good at just more than $200,000. Lowest costs, and where costs have actually gone down, D.C., Oregon, and North Carolina. But look at Wyoming. Child rearing costs are up nearly 48%. That's got to hurt. All sorts of things, of course, go into child rearing, but here's the one that is killing your budget. It's daycare, and since 2023, that is up almost 52%. There is no budget that doesn't feel that one. If you can shop around for help, do it. A nanny share. Find a job that offers daycare on site. These are 3 ways to cut this skyrocketing cost. And of course, if you can find a place that will give you a better deal when you bring on another sibling, go ahead and jump at that opportunity. I feel like when I give you some terrible news, I try to bring you solutions. But right now, there isn't any great solution for these prices as they dramatically rise. I don't know what it is right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's being confronted with the numbers that's so tough, but daycare costs being up 51% in the course of a few years? What?
I mean, since 2023, I mean, that is not manageable.
Yeah.
I mean, people can't do that. It's not sustainable. And when you have housing the way it is, and then that happening, these things are just simply not sustainable for working class, middle class. We can't do it.
Sure. So interesting to hear. And you got to remember, too, I mean, these are averages. So that means chances are you're paying, you may be paying less, but you could be paying more than all of that as well.
Absolutely.
That's scary.
Yeah. It's really scary. And again, it's one of these where I generally, when I bring back news that's uncomfortable or the numbers aren't good, I always try to bring a solution, or maybe we could look at this, or maybe this will help you out. I got nothing for you on this one.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
Keep it on.
Yeah, I know. You got to talk to your legislators about something.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Dana. Well, thanks for this. Confirming.
Well, sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, the numbers are the numbers.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.